Hello, 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 my legal masterminds, and welcome to Cass Loves Tech. In today's video, we are going to be spending some time talking about a topic that I brushed on in a recent Legal Jam session with Confido Legal. If you were not present for the live session with Confido Legal, definitely check out the video. I've linked it here for you to go ahead and watch it. In that video, I had the opportunity to speak with Emery and talk about standard operating procedures for law firms and some of the things that law firms should consider when discussing and trying to work through their standing operating procedures. An area that I brushed on very briefly that I want to spend some time on is conflict checks. You may have watched the video where I discussed conflict checks previously here on the channel, and I want to just take it a step further in this video. As you know, I love to showcase CRM systems and the beauty of these systems, and today is no different. In today's example, I'll be focusing on Lawmatics and the way that they have really just taken the lead in conflict checks and ensuring conflict checks are done right. So, without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump into the walkthrough of Lawmatics and how conflict checks can be conducted using their platform. All right. So here we are inside of the Lawmatics platform, and as you see, we're just right here on the dashboard. So when it comes to conflict checks utilizing Lawmatics, you can do it in a one-on-one way, and then I'm going to show you the other way that I did it. So the main way that you can conduct a conflict check is by hovering over the CRM and then clicking on conflict checks here. Once you click on conflict checks, you'll see that I've conducted a few conflict checks already, but to run one, all you need to do is click on Run Conflict Check over here on the right-hand side. Once you click on it, you have the ability to pick up a particular matter that you want to check against. So for this example, I'm going to use Teresa Moore and the Sparkling Diamonds trademark registration, and I want to see if there's an exact match to the Sparkling Diamond specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Sparkling Diamonds to see if there's anything else that might be at issue within the firm. So I'm going to hit Run Check. And as you see, there may be some issues here with this. So what we would do next would be we can just go ahead and hit Undecided. And then from there, we can have someone on the team do a deeper dive to see if there's in fact a conflict. And that is one way you can conduct a conflict check. Another way that you can conduct a conflict check inside of Lawmatics is by an automation. So what we can do is actually set one up together, and in order to do this, if you haven't created an automation before, is you would need to go to Create New Automation up here on the right hand side. You would click on that. Once you click on Create New Automation, it will bring this up for you to choose which one of these options you want to work with. For this example, in order to move forward, it would need to be based on a trigger. And then so I'm going to put in here Undecided Conflict Check. And actually, I'm going to put in Undecided Conflict Check. And it could be for matters or contacts. I am going to leave it for matter and then all PNC and then create. And from here, you want to make sure that you choose an entry trigger to set this up. And the entry trigger that we're going to use today is going to be the conflict check, and the status is going to be undecided. Once you have selected this, you're going to want to go ahead and hit save. Once you create this, then you'll want to make sure that you do the next thing that you want the automation to do once the trigger is established. So based on the undecided trigger, what would be the very next thing that you will want to happen? And for this example, we'd want a task to be assigned to someone on the team to ensure that they review the conflict check to either determine whether it's approved or denied and mark it approved or denied. And so we'll hit add a task, and then we'll name the task Undecided Conflict Check Review so that the conflict check can be reviewed. this was something that involved a contact, you would have the option here to assign it to a particular contact, but that's not the case here. So we're just going to go ahead and hit save. And this is actually all that we need to go ahead and set this up. However, in order to make sure that this particular automation is in effect and active, we want to make sure that we change it from the inactive status to active status. Unless you change this to active, even if the conflict check is undecided, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to assign a task because you haven't actually turned it on. So you want to just make sure that you mark it as active. You would then go ahead and hit active. And that is the step that you would take to be able to create an automation for an undecided conflict check option. I've already set up a conflict check automation for trademarks and it's active. So what happens is that based on someone completing a website contact form, it then brings up the conflict check for here, and from here you have the ability to have it searched by the brand name, and then a task is assigned to the owner to be able to confirm if there's indeed a conflict or not. So the website, the person will fill out the website contact form, and from filling out the website contact form, they will then have the ability to, or the system will have the ability to generate a conflict check. And then just like in the other example that I just showed you, someone internally will be assigned the task, and once they're assigned the task, they'll have the ability to go back and search to make sure that there is, to confirm and double check whether there is a conflict or not. All right, so these are going to be the steps that you would take to be able to conduct a conflict check, either for a one-off specific situation or through an automation. So that's going to pretty much take care of everything that I wanted to show you involving specifically conflict checks and utilizing and conducting a conflict check inside of Lawmatics. I hope that you were able to find this video helpful. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions regarding this video, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you're unsure of how to set up your own system to perform a conflict check, whether it's Lawmatics or another CRM system, definitely feel free to book a consultation with me and I can walk you through a step-by-step on how to perform a conflict check with your own case management system. Alrighty, until the next video, continue thriving with your systems and I will see you again soon. Bye.